digging Cornelius. Why does he tell Cornelius to keep digging?
Well, first of all,
there's a lot to digest here, but go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I just like the fact we're finally getting some more history between the apes and humans, that we had wondered, what would the purpose of these humans in the society? And at least they said they tried to have them as pets one time.
Right.
And it just didn't work out. They were too wild.
So you think that's what they mean? They brought the upright beast in the garden, so they invited them in, chained them to a tree so the children made sport of him. So basically, you're suggesting that the scripture is basically saying that we tried to keep them for a while and discovered that it was a bad idea. And then the Zaius continues on, the ancients kept humans as household pets. So I guess he's defining that scripture for us. He's giving us what it means.
I guess.
Or at least some sort of relationship.
Until the lawgiver proved that man could not be tamed. I love that he calls them ancients. I thought that was an interesting choice of words. Not ancestors, but ancients.
We wouldn't call somebody from 1,200 years ago necessarily ancient.
Yeah, but if their culture truly is only less than 2,000 years old, that's an ancient person to them. Yeah. That's more than 12 generations gone by.
Half their defined culture, or defined life. I don't know what I'm saying.
So, I tried, as you were going over that scripture again, to look at metaphorically and chained him to the tree. Is chaining to the tree, does that mean establishing a hold?
Dominance? Or
yeah. Is that all it's saying? And the children it's just such a weird.
Or is it almost as if it's like a punishment, like a stockade, where they did something wrong, they're being punished, they're chained to the tree, and now the children can come and mock them and make fun of them as their punishment.
Man, apes are bitches. They have their children just make fun of anything.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Period.
Hey, we're talking about religion. It's not supposed to make sense.
Well, and that's the key of any great writer. If you want to make it sound like religion, just put a nonsensical statement with these and thous and
Proteus,
that kind of things. Yeah.
Over Proteus.
Because
once again, our Roman names for the apes. The ancients.
As was foretold.
Are you going to start calling me an ancient now, too?
Yes.
Suck it.
Until the lawgiver proved that man could not be tamed. So we now have the lawgiver. The lawgiver is, I guess, somebody outside of the scriptures. Is the lawgiver writing the scriptures? What does everybody think?
Is the lawgiver part of the scriptures, or did he deliver the scriptures?
Is the lawgiver a good way of basically having a Jesus-like figure? Jesus? Because you can't, what was that name? Proteus? Is that what
Proteus.
You can't say, and Proteus called this because it become what? The lawgiver is just a very quick, I don't have to stop down and say, oh, Proteus is our Jesus.
Right. I mean,
is Proteus the lawgiver?
No.
Okay.
Again, we're not talking about.
I was just using.
We're not talking about future minutes. We're just dissecting this particular minute. So
that's true.
So until the lawgiver proved that man could not be tamed.
So
go ahead. When you call it, Jesus, there's Jesus, the Son of the Lamb, Son of God. There's a bunch of different names for him. So Proteus could be a lawgiver. It could be a title.
Well, they could have just called him Messiah, the Messiah.
Look, there's only so many terms they're going to use from our time. They got to use their own terms at some point.
Because apostate and fiance and
yeah.
When they say lawgiver, though, it is the commandment. To me, that's what it kind of said. It is the person that gave us the structure that we now live by.
Maybe lawgiver is supposed to be Moses.
Society.
Yeah, that's true. And does he do is he a Charlton Heston Moses?
I
or
come with these 15 commandments. Crash.
Oi, 10 commandments.
Well, I mean, that actually might be kind of fun now that we're doing just specifically Planet of the Apes. We break into the Charles Heston minute and we just start doing all of his movies.
Oh,
and we could actually move into the Bible.
Okay, Richard, that was probably the worst suggestion you've ever had because I'm not doing it. No. No.
Spartacus? Was he in Spartacus?
No, that was Kirk Douglas.
Okay.
Okay, we definitely can't take you into the Charlton Heston minute. He'll be going, was he in Gone with the Wind? No.
Was he in Caligula?
I'm just thinking Men in Loin Clothes. That's all I'm thinking.
Oh, Men in Loin Clothes.
Yeah.
Name of the episode.
There you go.
So I'm beginning to think at this point that Zaius really doesn't know anything at all. He may have suspicions, but he doesn't know it for fact because he kind of tosses out these nonsensical ideas of the lawgiver does this. My granddaughter plays with this. This minute, and even in the previous minute, make me all these suspicions that we've thought he knows and he's manipulating. It's almost like he comes in and he doesn't know this as he goes.
That's a good point. I think he's trying to protect his ways and what he knows.
Right.
And therefore, even though he agreed to go in the cave, he knew that he was going to bullshit his way through whatever he was shown. He's not ready to be told anything because he doesn't care. He's showing that. You're right. He's showing that right here that he just doesn't.
Right.
He's just going to bluster his way through whatever is presented before him.
But he always, backs down anytime he's challenged. So how does he figure he's going to bluster his way through it?
Well, to my point, my point's going to be greatly challenged in coming minutes with one of his most famous lines at the end of the movie. It
truly was a planet of the apes.
It's the 1 minute the man seems like he has a grand scheme that he knows everything, and the next he almost seems like they are baseless accusations simply to suppress because he doesn't want to think about that.
Well, okay, so the way he reacted in court when he was like, the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, and they all just kind of do this thing that's supposed to be humor, but it really just kind of showed this we cannot deal with the truth is what it felt like to me. The idea that he's kind of going through this entire thing. He mentioned that he wanted to bring Cornelius and Zira back in, for 2 years for high treason. He's mentioned that he thought Taylor was from another tribe and he wanted to know where the tribe is. There's nothing they can present to him that was going to make him open his eyes because he already believes these things. He already believes that Taylor's from another tribe that can speak, that are mutants, that he wants to kind of just find out where they are so he can, kill them. He definitely isn't treating Taylor like a threat right now, though. He's not.
I mean, from that one-on-one talk he had in his office where it was almost man-to-man.
Right, exactly. And even now, he's not upset or shocked by this talking human. He's having normal conversations, and there's a back and forth.
So we haven't had a talking human anything in this yet. That doesn't happen this minute, correct?
No, but I mean Taylor. Him.
That talking human. Gotcha.
Him interacting with Taylor.
Okay.
So yeah, he's just. So Zaius right now is basically just talking out his ass.
Pretty much.
To get through whatever's being thrown in front of him.
Is he just one of those people that he's so invested in his way of the world, he doesn't want anything to challenge it? He knows there's at least a little bit something. He's seen things now with Taylor and with Landon, right? That for some reason, Dodge was African American, correct? Okay. So he's seen whatever he's seen. With those two. Yeah. That he's concerned about it, but he isn't willing. He's so indoctrinated in his own bullshit.
There's also, I can't remember what the term is called, but there's a term that even when presented facts, literal facts that counter your argument, that will cause you to double down on your own position. So even though he might be presented with facts against his position, all that does is strengthen his own position, even though it's wrong.
Do you think there was anything just that he mentioned that being the 13th scroll, and just like the minute before he'd mentioned 1300 years earlier as being predating their time? I thought the use of the number 13 so close together was odd.
That is odd. I don't know that
if that was intentional or not, or
other than it's just the screen
an ominous number.
Yeah, I think the screenwriter's going 1300 years ago in the 13th scroll, and
I do that all the time when I'm writing something and I realize that I start referencing the same
thing
word.
Over and over again.
When I do the CW recaps and I talk about Flash and I use a crazy word, I'll use it again in the Riverdale recap just because.
But that makes you cool.
Just because I
that just gives you internal continuity.
Just because it was on my brain when I was writing those two scripts at the time. It just kind of rolls into it. So 13 and 13 may have no relation to each other.
I don't know that they. In fact, I would almost say definitely they don't intend it to have a relation, but it is that within a minute and a half to use both of them, it's a little much.
So we established that apes kept humans as pets,
yeah.
household pets, until the lawgiver proved that they could not be tamed.
So what happened to the lawgiver? Did his human pet start having a fling with his wife or something? And
that's it. Everybody out of here. You can't be tamed.
That's in the 12th scripture.
That's in the 13th scripture. Bye, Felicia.
All right, guys. Is there anything else?
No, but I think we're about to get into some exciting stuff in the next minute when we go deeper into the doll.
Dude, that's
the name of the next episode.
Yep. Wow, Richard, once again, you're just the naming guy. All right, so that's minute 97 in the books. As always, thank you for joining us. Come back tomorrow. Until then, go look for us at minuteoftheapes.com. You can interact with us on social media. You can do whatever you want as long as you interact with us and tell your friends all about us. So for Rich and Sean, I'm Todd. Thank you. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
The Minute of the Apes.